Oh, it's you guys. Okay, so this is pretty much my best deck that I've ever made. It's the well, to me, it's fun because it's fun to watch people squirm when they can't do anything. It's really fun to play. It is a ninja Simorgh deck. If you couldn't tell from the title, it can not completely locks the opponent down. They can still use monsters to tear this thing completely apart. However, they cannot use spells or traps if you do it right, so that makes it very difficult. And getting over 2700 attack beaters is very hard to do without spells or traps. So, without further ado, I run 3 Dark Simorgh, pretty much it's the heart of the deck right here. Stops your opponent from setting any spells, traps, or monsters. Forces them to summon in attack mode, and it's the only thing they can summon in unless they use a card effect. Then 3 Hanzo. Um, Briefly before I move on, I do not use the effect of Dark Simorgh unless I absolutely have the ability to, because I only have 2 ninjas, Ibisus, and 3 um, Hondos, and if I really needed to, I could remove the Dark Simorgh from the graveyard, but it hasn't happened yet, so I'm not going to worry about it. So 3 Honzos, you can add a ninjutsu art card from your deck to your hand, which is actually extremely helpful. Without Hanzo, you really couldn't pull the deck off at all, realistically. And that's when he's normal summon, he's special summoned. A lot of people think that you can't use his effect again. They don't read the rest of the card effect, and that's really annoying when people don't read the entire card effect, because they're too lazy. When this card is flipped or special summoned, you can add 1 ninja monster from your deck to your hand, except Ninja Grandmaster Hanzo. So, pretty much, you get like a free ninja to your hand, except Hanzo. Then I run 2 Earth Armors, just in case, and I also have the Flame Armor Ninja combo. I've watched a lot of deck videos on these, and I try to put them all together in my own style. So this is what I came up with. Running 2 Flame Armor Ninjas to bump this guy's level up by 5, or up to 5, so I can exceed these two. 2 Aqua Armors because his effect is good, and he's a level 4 ninja, which means I can use him to summon Simorgh. 1 The White Dragon Ninja. Very powerful card. 2700 attack beater. Cannot be special summoned except with ninjutsu art cards. So that's the bad thing about that. But the good thing is, spell and trap cards you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. If you manage to get this out, and your opponent tries to go for the Mystical Space Typhoon or something, they can't do anything. You have to destroy one of their own cards, if they have one on the field. So then I run 1 Heavy Storm. You'd be surprised. This will actually help if it's like if you don't go first turn and then you draw heavy and you can just clear their field so they can't negate your cards. Or you just playing you got heavied or something and then you heavy them, and that's pretty much what this is for. 1 Dark Hole, because just like pretty much the same purpose as heavy, except for monsters. Run Rhoda, that's completely obvious. I don't run the Warrior Returning Alive because very seldom do I actually use it. The only thing I would actually use it on is Hanzo, and you can only use Hanzo so many times. So I run 1 Monster Reborn because taking people's monsters from the grave is fun. It also helps you to bring back Simorgh if you can. 2 Duality. Duality is just amazing in this deck. You hardly ever special summon uh, during your turn. It's usually all during the opponent's turn. So bringing out Duality will just, or using Duality, and then pulling a Hanzo, an Anti-Spell Fragrance, or one of these 3 ninjutsu art cards is pretty much what you're aiming for. If you don't get that, well, that sucks, but you usually have one of them in your hand at the start of the duel anyway, so it works pretty well. And 2 Starlight Row in case the opponent tries to go for Heavy Storm, or Dark Hole, or something. Well, I don't have the right cards in the field. 3 the Ninjutsu of Transformation. This helps pull the deck off so much I can't even explain how well it works. Well, I guess I can't, so I'm going to. So you have Hanzo or any other level 4 ninja on the field. You contribute a face-up ninja monster you control. Special summon 1 beast, wing beast, or insect type monster. The level less than or equal to the level of the attributed card, plus 3 from your hand or deck. Keep in mind that it also from your hand. So if you have Simorgh in your hand, you can bring it out to the field. When this card leaves the field, it destroys that monster. Which that's the bummer about it, but it's really hard to destroy this card in this deck. Then we run 2 Ninjutsu Art of Super Transformation. I don't remember whose video I watched, but he had Horse, Black Flame Dragon level 6, and then 1 level 8, like he said. It is pretty much, it's like a royal decree for spells, except you can choose which ones to negate, which is really frustrating for the opponent. Oh, and before I forget, I have 2 Effect Veilers, and if you see an alot, that's pretty much just to keep the opponent in check, is what that is. Like Effect Veiler, someone tries to run over your Simorgh, you can just use the Effect Veiler to stop their summonings, like Goblin Bird for the Hero Champion Excalibur defense. And so back down here, Super Transformation, like I said, brings out Horus. However, it also brings out the White Dragon Ninja. The bummer is it has to be from your deck. So if you draw into this card, you can't use it, which just sucks because it like stops your continuous trap card from being destroyed. I don't run Magic Planter simply because I kind of use all the continuous trap cards that I play. And then so I also have this Solemn Brigade because I love compulsory evacuation. In fact, it's one of my all-time favorite trap cards, but I just didn't have room for it in this deck. And keeping cards off the field rather than in their hand is better for this deck. And then I run 3 anti-spell fragments because you cannot pull the lockdown combo off without it. And I didn't want to run just 2 because I didn't feel like that was enough. And sometimes when you draw 2, and then the opponent goes for the Mystical Space Typhoon to the chain, you have another one. So that's how that works. Then there's for the extra deck, I have 2 Blade Armors. It's a ninja deck with the warriors. Why not? You can seriously screw some people up with this deck. Ninja monsters can attack twice, and that can get really annoying. Then I run 2 Crimson Shadow Armor Ninja. During another player's turn, you can attach 1 Exceeds Material monster from this card. This turn, face of ninja monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. That again is very annoying. And to get that, I have the Earth Armor and Flame Armor Ninja combo going on. Then I have 1 Utopia. I have not even used this extra deck yet, so I'm not really running more than 1 Utopia. 2 Starters because I have 2 Starlight Road. 1 Catastor because I have an Effect Veiler and lots of level 4 monsters. 1 Black Rose for Horus, or for a Monster Born or something. 1 Gaia for Earth Armor. 1 Heroic Champion Excalibur because this is a warrior deck, and if I need to get over something, well, this works. Then I run 3 Mistworm on the off chance that I have the Horus Black Flame Dragon level 8 on the field, and then I need to get rid of opponent's cards. I can, actually that doesn't work. It has to be 2 ninjas on the field plus Effect Veiler. So debating whether or not I should take that out, but it still works. So you have 2 level 4 ninjas and then an Effect Veiler on the field. Think for this guy, pop 3 cards, the opponent controls back to their hand, which is really annoying because then they have to put them all back. But if you get the right cards up, they won't be able to. So that's pretty much the deck, guys. It is a very amazing deck. I've run it a few times. I have not lost once with it, mostly because I've had 2 quits and then 1 person couldn't do anything at all because if you get the entire lockout, like I said before, they cannot use spell or trap cards at all, and then they're forced to summon monsters in attack mode. And a lot of times people don't have high level like attack monsters because people run like Quick Draw Dandy and all that stuff. So one of the ways around this deck is can't remember what it's called. Oh, it's using Quick Draw Synchron to bring out Junk Archer or Nitro Warrior, which you can use to run over Dark Simorgh, or you can pop it off the field for the rest of the turn and get your card face down. However,